this is what I was telling you. Like, do you know what happened with Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz?
With the bottles.
They threw water bottles at each other.
Right.
Plastic water bottles. They got, well, someone might have thrown a Monster Energy can. Did someone throw a can?
Maybe.
See, if it can hit you or someone you care about, that would suck. The water bottle's like, come on. Anyway, they got fined $150,000. And you definitely shouldn't fucking throw water bottles, right? So part of me is like, well, if they could discourage throwing water bottles, that shit's stupid, right? But did the altercation's probably good for business. The altercation, I mean, I get excited. I see Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor screaming at each other across, fuck you, yo, fuck you, and they get crazy with each other. It makes you excited, and I think that generates pay-per-view buys. I don't think Conor's stupid, and I don't think Nate's stupid. I think they're smart, and I think they know what they're doing when it comes to that kind of stuff. So that's a part of the show. I mean, did you really think he was going to hit him with that water bottle? Nate Diaz, it's hard to hit him with a punch. How the fuck are you going to hit him with a water bottle that's coming from 300 feet away? He's not going to see that. He's not going to move out of the way of that water bottle. I mean, what they decide to get upset about and what they don't decide to get upset about is what's weird about athletic commissions. Like one of the things they were talking about whether or not they were going to test Nate for his vape pen because he had a CBD vape pen, which is CBD, not even psychoactive. It doesn't make you high, but it does alleviate some inflammation, and it provides people that have back pain or something like that, or especially after a long fight, provides you with a little relief. But what's crazy is the only reason why they would want you to not do it, obviously it's not performance enhancing. You're not performing anymore. The performance is over. So are they protecting you from yourself? Like, what are they doing? They don't want you to do it because you're flaunting the fact that you're doing it in front of everybody? Like,
now, did they piss him after the CBD? After he was smoking that?
I think he had already done his post-fight thing.
Piss.
I think you do that before you do the press conference, I think. I don't know, though. It's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. And they might do it differently in different places. But either way, you're not concerned about him. Like, what's the issue? Like, what is the issue? It looks bad? Does it look bad that vapor's coming out? He's scared of dragons?
The CBD all business went out the roof that night.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Out
And it
the
should.
roof that night.
And it
Out
should.
the roof
And
that
wait
night.
till it becomes legal. We're a month away. When it becomes legal, then it's really going to go nuts. It's going to be good for everybody. But anyway, so they get fucking pissed at him for that. But the Conor, the fine was so high. I'm like $150,000. Wow.
Well, he said he made $40 million. Next time, shut your mouth, and they won't fucking know.
That's true.
100. Even the other kid made $2-3 mil. Half of that after taxes, 1.5, 150. Don't really put a dent in your fucking thing. Next time, you won't throw fucking bottles.
That is unless
they both went to Dana and said, "Listen, this jacked up the things. Wanted to see it. Wanted to UFC pick up the tab for the 300 because it came out of your fucking end for the pay-per-views. Something. There's always 150 is not that bad. They walked away with a ton of loot.
It's a good point.
There's got to be some type of repercussion. 150 and they can fight again in November.
Right.
Listen, I got caught without a license 10, 15 years ago in L.A. First time ever. I was talking on the phone. I got pulled over. Guy goes, "Where's your license?" It didn't work that day. I went down to L.A. County. I stood in front of a judge. Bop, bop, bop. The guy looked me straight in the face. He goes, "You could pay $200 and come back with your license. Well, give me $550, and I don't want to see you again." What do you think I did? You think I gave him $200?
You gave him $550.
No, I gave him $550, and in time I got my license, not with a gun to my head.
Yeah.
Sometimes you pay a little extra, they let you fight in November to earn. Now you earn next time, and now you can mack up that $150. You're earning. At least they're not suspended for fucking a year.
Yeah, that's true. Here's my thought. But I don't think 150 is bad if you got a good charity for it.
Let's send it to charity.
Yeah, instead of it going to an athletic department. I'm sure the athletic
department somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe a girls soccer team.
Yeah,
something
like that.
I'll go for that.
There you go. That's like a good thing, right?
But $300,000 into their pocket is what pisses you off.
Well, that's what they decide to get mad at and what they don't decide to get mad at. Because this is a thing that I found. Did you watch when Floyd Mayweather was doing, I believe it was for Showtime, they were doing one of those behind-the-scenes things at his gym, and he has what he calls doghouse fights. And let me just say that this kind of thing has been going on in gyms forever, right? They've always had gym wars, and people have even set up, and this was a thing that I'm pretty sure became illegal in California fairly recently, within the last decade. They stopped allowing people to have what they call smokers. And what a smoker is, they have organized fights, but there's not really like a lot of medical on hand.
Nobody gets paid.
Nobody gets paid.
Nobody gets paid.
But it gives people valuable experience. They used to have a lot of them in Muay Thai. Like, I used to go to them. They were cool. They would set up like these little plastic lawn chairs. You'd pay a small amount of money, you know, like $30 or something like that. And you'd go and you watch all these amateur fights. And a lot of times kids are pretty fucking talented, and it's fun to watch. But so they've always had organized gym fights. So essentially what Floyd Mayweather did was have his own like in-house gym fights, like amateur fights. Like, they didn't even disguise the fact that it was a competition. Like, they weren't trying to spar. Like, these guys are having fights. And he was talking about how it's to the death. It's really crazy. And he has these guys. One guy gets beat up, and he's Hasim Rahman's brother or son. Hasim Rahman's son, I believe. See if you can Google who the gentleman was.
The comments were saying it was his brother, but that was just the comments.
Okay, his brother. Maybe it's his brother. That makes more sense, because Hasim Rahman is not that old to have a kid that's that, you know, like that developed. Because he looks like he's like in his 20s. Maybe he is. Anyway, point being, so this English guy beats up Hasim Rahman's one brother, and then the mom comes back with the bigger brother, and the English guy fights him too, all in the same day. And they're fighting like these 30-minute rounds. It's crazy.
Is there a winner and a loser?
They put it on TV. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's definitely a winner and a loser.
No, is there
but what's
money
crazy
involved? I'm
is,
sorry. The question was, is there Gitas involved?
No, I don't think there is. I mean, there might be. I mean, Floyd might reward them or something like that. But, I mean, it's crazy shit. And I mean, in one way, yeah, this will develop character. And I don't have a problem with people doing whatever they decide to do. If somebody wants to fight a 30-minute fight, I don't have a problem with that.
You know, Joe Rogan.
You know, you should be able to do it if you want to.
They've been doing this since Jesus left Chicago.
But
you
the thing
did this
is,
in Boston when you were a brown belt in karate with your buddies. You did this.
But the thing is, I'm not a promoter in Las Vegas.
Right, that's a big difference.
That's a big difference, and I'm not a professional fighter on television. I'm not necessarily saying there's anything wrong with what he did, because it is a part of gym culture. It is a part of what's made champions. I mean, this kind of stuff, these heated battles. This is a very uncomfortable reality that elite fighters like Floyd Mayweather face. Like, to be that good, you have to be that real. And for a guy like him to show like these kind of crazy 30-minute, no time limit fights in the gym and put it on TV, it's pretty wild. And I see both sides of it. I totally see Floyd Mayweather's side of it. Look at him. I mean, he feeds off that. But guess what? That mentality is why that motherfucker was 49-0, right? That motherfucker is arguably the best boxer ever. Who got hurt less than Floyd Mayweather? Who boxed people's face off that everybody thought was going to kill him better than Floyd Mayweather? Remember when he fought Maidana? And he fought him the first time, and Maidana caught him in one of the exchanges, like right before the bell rang. We were like, whoa. And then they fought again the second time, and he just put a clinic on Maidana. Just put a clinic on him. It's like all of a sudden Maidana was fighting a totally different guy. Like Floyd had figured out Maidana's style, or decided not to fuck around this fight and decided, to really take him seriously and really focus on him, and he just beat his ass.
You know, brother, he's a genius in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah.
I don't agree with a lot of this shit he does, and but listen, man.
His self-promotion game's off the charts.
It's off the charts.
His self-promotion game is the greatest of all time.
He's
probably
made me laugh.
More money.
He's made me laugh at night sometimes. I've watched this show, and he's made me laugh. And it's that show you watch because you don't really like the dude,
Yeah.
But you want, I mean, he, you know, so.
I bet I would love him. I bet I would love him.
I would love him.
He's a psycho.
And I've watched him fight like 3 times. I'm like, you know what? The proof is in the motherfucking pudding.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Proof is in the pudding. Let him do whatever the fuck he wants.
You don't get a guy like that unless he's a guy like that. You don't get that 49-0 unless he's that kind of dude. But I think he handles it as good as any fucking human being that could be in that position handles it. It's a crazy position to be in, to be a young guy and be worth that much money, and your nickname's Money Mayweather. I mean, who the fuck names himself Money? I mean, he's hilarious.
I ain't got nothing wrong with you if you talk shit and back it.